Welcome back to another story now that took the country by storm when it broke. Now, Kenya's National Assembly Committee on Environment wants metal refinery EPZ Limited and Max Industries to be made to compensate residents of Mombasa's Owino Uhuru slum for lead poisoning. That is one of the recommendations of the committee in their report, which followed an in-depth inquiry triggered by a public outcry after the KTN News expose.
Toto wanaokodolea macho kaburi ni wengi.
Early last year, KTN, through its investigative series The Inside Story and Jichopevu, told of harrowing experiences residents of Owino Uhuru village in Mikindani ward, Jomvu constituency, had been subjected to due to lead poisoning. Acute lead poisoning causes gastrointestinal disturbances, liver and renal damage, and neurological effects that may lead to convulsions, coma, and death. This jolted members of the National Assembly's Departmental Committee on Environment to start an inquiry in June last year to investigate the effects of lead on the health of the residents. After 8 months of inquiry, the committee has now tabled its report. The committee recommends that Metal Refinery EPZ Limited and Max Industries should be held responsible for the lead poisoning. The two smelting plants should also be made to treat and compensate all the people affected by lead poisoning arising from their activities. In August last year, residents of Owino Uhuru, who were affected by lead poisoning caused by smelting from the two factories, resolved to sue the national government and factory directors for compensation. The 3,000 victims are seeking 1.6 billion shillings in compensation for medical complications and deaths that arose from the alleged negligence. Residents say the government and protection agencies failed to monitor lead emissions and effluent from the factories. Nyali lawmaker Hezron Awiti, who is alleged to be one of the directors of the defunct Metal Refinery EPZ Limited, has in the past exonerated himself from blame. The parliamentary committee also wants the National Environment Management Authority NEMA to institute criminal proceedings against Metal Refinery EPZ Limited and Max Industries. The committee further says NEMA and the county government of Mombasa should compel the two factories to clean and restore the environment in the area to its original state devoid of lead poisoning. During its meetings with various stakeholders and villagers of Owino Uhuru, the committee observed that relevant state agencies, NEMA and the Ministry of Health, had taken inordinately long to react to the health crisis in the village. Metal Refineries Limited factory was established in 2005 and was intended to manufacture lead and lead alloys using scrap batteries from coastal region as raw materials. Residents of Owino Uhuru village claim the factory failed to properly manage its waste, solid and liquid, and gaseous emissions. This led to pollution of air and water sources in and out of the village, causing severe health problems to residents.
Nikaona sasa mtoto ameanza kushtuka kama ni mtu wa kifafa.
The parliamentary committee says there was lack of coordination between NEMA and the Ministry of Health that allowed Metal Refinery EPZ Limited to flout environmental rules. Residents of Owino Uhuru are still being exposed to lead poisoning after treatment since the dust particles contain lead particles. Patrick Amimo, KTN News.